Hey peeps! Guess what today is? Motivational Monday. You know, it's my favorite day of the week. I just feel like I get a new lease on life, that I get a whole new start of a new week, new day, just everything. And I'm telling you what, like, wow. So, yesterday was Mother's Day. Mother's Day for me is probably one of the hardest days that I have to face all year long. For those of you that don't know, or for those of you that do know, 14 years ago, yesterday on Mother's Day was the last time I ever saw my son. It was my very last Mother's Day with him. I was in Wyoming with my children, spent an amazing Mother's Day weekend. It was one for the record books. It was just so amazing. And we said our goodbyes. My son was one of those kids that just had to say, I love you a million times, get a million hugs. Just, he loved being loved, and he loved loving you. And I can remember saying goodbye, and he said, I love you, and hugged me a million times. And I just walked away, just feeling so incredibly loved, but sad that I was having to leave him. And cried all the way to the airport, got on the airplane and cried taking off from the airport. And I said to my husband, I said, God, that kid just has my heart. Like, why am I crying so bad? I'm like, God, I just love him so much. And 6 weeks later, I buried him in that same town. And so Mother's Day for me is hard. Yes, you're supposed to celebrate motherhood and being a mom, but Mother's Day always reminds me of that last time I got to be with my son. And it's hard, guys. It's hard. And so yesterday was really, really hard for me. You know, my daughter lives in Wyoming with my grandsons, and so I didn't get to be with them. And my husband's children were all off doing their thing, and so we didn't really spend it with any family, with anybody. And so my husband was doing his best at entertaining me and taking me to lunch and stuff. But so yeah, so we have had some normalcy in our lives. We have been able to go to a restaurant for Mother's Day, and then of course today I took Fab to lunch. Yes. Making sure Fab can get his restaurant experience. Sitting outside, everything's paper and plastic, and we have plenty of hand sanitizer. Yes! It was his first outing to a restaurant, so he's like, oh my God, we feel so normal again finally. So yeah, so we do have a little bit of normalcy in our lives. I don't want this video to be a Debbie Downer at all, at all. I just want you to know how yesterday was for me. And I want you to know the thing that gets me through these Mother's Days. There's two holidays that just really, well, I should say more than two. Mother's Day, my son's birthday, of course the day he passed away, 4th of July weekend, which is when he passed away. And so, you know, but we always have to remind ourselves that just when you think your story is the worst, someone else has it much harder than you do. Their story is much worse than yours. And so what's really helped me get through these is to know that and to have faith. Like, my faith has probably been the one thing that I've been able to depend on the most to help get me through all of this. I mean, every single time I go to church, I cry all through the music. But I've come to learn that I don't know why my son was taken so early in his life, and I probably won't ever know until I get reunited with him, and then it'll all make sense. But So yeah, I wish everyone out there a happy Mother's Day. I hope you all had an amazing happy Mother's Day. I just wanted to share with you how tough mine was yesterday. And I know it was a beautiful day, and I know you're all having a wonderful Mother's Day, and you're all with family, and I saw it all over the internet, and I was so happy for all of you. But yeah, yesterday was just a really tough day for me. And then it was coming to a beautiful end of the evening last night when suddenly, just when I couldn't feel any sadder, I guess, a video appeared that someone by the name of Nick Snyder made about me. And it was horrible, guys. It was absolutely horrible. And I don't know why he chose me to lash out at. I had done an interview with Sturgios, a friend of mine overseas from Greece. He's an entertainer and an actor, and he wanted to do an interview with me. So I did an interview with him last week, and we posted it. And because of that video, this person, Nick Snyder, reached out and just did the most horrendous, horrible video about me. And I don't know why, because I have never done anything remotely bad to Nick Snyder, about Nick Snyder. I've always, the 5 times I've probably been around him in this past year since I've known him, I've always been cordial to him. I've always been nice to him. We've filmed together. Yes, we filmed together. He signed an NDA. And so I'm not sure what the purpose of putting out such a horrible video about me, saying how disgusting I am and what a horrible person I am, and that I look down on people and I just use people and everything. I have never dissed him. I've never dissed Dustin Daly. I've never dissed my friend Rich Lux. I have proof on my phone that Rich Lux and I talked for 41 minutes last night about this, and Rich Lux doesn't even know why Nick created such a video. Just horrible, horrible. But the message that I want to come from this is that, guys, we should use the internet to support each other and inspire each other and lift each other, and especially during these times. Like during this coronavirus times and everything, where people have been locked up in their houses and their mental health is not good right now because everybody's been isolated and life has been scary and we have so much fear in us because of this coronavirus. Now is not the time to be degrading people and lashing out at people and being mean to people, because people's mental capabilities right now are very tender, very soft, very sad, and so I just want to use this message today to, I don't understand hatefulness on the internet. I just don't understand it. If someone has a problem with me, I would wish they would just pick up the phone and call me and talk to me about it, or meet me in person or whatever. I'm not unapproachable. I have people approach me all the time. So I really am having a hard time right now with the amount of harassment and bullying and meanness that is out on the internet right now. And I had to experience it firsthand last night. And it comes at you like a freight train, and you're just like, and I'm not one easily to get offended. But when he was saying the things he was saying about me last night, and it was so untrue and it was so hurtful, I thought, wow, this must have been, and of course not to that level, but there's people that get harassed on the internet all the time, and I too lived through harassment back in from 2014 to 2016, and I had to take legal action to finally shut that person down. So I know what it feels like to be bullied and be harassed, and it's not a pleasant thing. And I don't think people should be able to do it. But I just wanted to take Motivation Monday today to try to spread positivity and spread joy instead of spreading meanness and I don't know. I'm trying to stress to you guys that life is so short. Like, we just don't know when our last moment of breathing on this earth is going to take place. You know, I had a friend reach out to me 2 days ago, and I was unaware that he had tried to take his life in February. And I, from the outside looking in, had watched him on Facebook and on Instagram and thought he had his life all together and he was so happy. And now to find out that he had taken a bottle of sleeping pills and wanted to end his life. And I'm just like, you know, it took me back to my son's death. And you know, him and my son were great friends. And I was just like, wow, life can be so short. You just don't know when that last minute is here. And so I would like to take this time, guys, with Motivational Monday here to try to stress to you guys to be kind. Be kind to each other. Be happy. And if you're in a dark place or something, go get some help or whatever you need to do. But don't lash out at people. Don't take your insecurities and your whatever's going on in your head out on other people, because they don't deserve it. I definitely did not deserve what was handed to me last night in a video on his YouTube channel. I am not someone that looks down my nose at anyone. I don't, you know, he stressed in that video how I had mishandled a meet and greet at my house. No, I did not. You know, that meet and greet was from 1 to 3, and at 4 o'clock I said, you know, guys, enough's enough. You know, I am the hostess. I am paying for the valet and the security and the bartenders, and this meet and greet was supposed to be 2 hours, and it's now been 3, almost 3.5. We need to shut it down. Because as long as I serve food and alcohol, these people will stay here for hours and hours and hours. And I had to be mindful of my husband, who had just come home, and he needed, you know, he needed the house to go back to normal. And so he also stressed that, you know, the people that came to the meet and greet were there for the other 4 people, not me. And you know what? You're absolutely right, Nick. They were here for them. I was the hostess. That was my job. My job was to host the event, provide the venue, provide all the food and alcohol. I was the hostess. If they wanted their picture taken with me, great. If not, no big deal. So I just, you know, guys, I could sit here and defend myself all day long against that video that he posted, and I'll run out of breath doing it. So I want to leave this video on a positive note. I hope y'all had a beautiful Mother's Day. Mine was the best that it could be under the circumstances. I thank you all for reaching out and wishing me a happy Mother's Day, because it meant the world to me. So yes, I am human. I have feelings. Yesterday was a hard day for me, and I'll admit it. And I tried to post beautiful, positive things out on the internet and not let people really know how much suffering I was going through yesterday. But yeah, I want people to take this time to lift each other up. This is when we need lifted up more than anything right now with what's going on. We need to support each other, lift each other, encourage each other, and just be a positive influence on people and help them get through what they're trying to get through. So anyways, guys, I hope you don't think this was a Debbie Downer. I just needed to share with you my feelings and my thoughts from yesterday, what I was going through, and how much each and every one of you, through the encouraging words and the Happy Mother's Day shout outs that you did to me, how much they really helped and supported me. And I hope you all support each other, encourage each other, lift each other up, and show each other how strong we can be when we all band together and forge forward together. So with that said, guys, get out there and find me everywhere on the internet. I am everywhere. I'm trying to do my best at motivating you guys and inspiring you guys and using my platform here on YouTube to lift you, support you, encourage you. So until next time, bye-bye.